Hello ladies and gentlemen, SlyJesse here, and today I'm going to talk about a new series. I'm not going to talk about a new series, we're going to start it right now, called Scam Alert, in which I go over some common and not so common scams throughout Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and well, Steam in general. Usually I won't be telling a story, but since this is the first one, why not? Today we're going to be taking a look at one that I actually almost fell for myself, and this is a long time ago. However, I was very lucky to learn a bit later that it was a scam, and you know, they never actually got access to my account, which is good. Now, I'm not 100% sure what you're going to call this one, because you know, I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find a name myself for it, so I decided just to call it the voice chat program scam. So anyway, here's the story. I was playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive, you know, like I usually do, and some random adds me after the game, and I'm like, you know, he wasn't bad-mannered in the game, I'll just accept him, and you know, I didn't actually hear from him for a while, you know, I just carried on game and didn't hear from him. A few days later, he messaged me asking me if I wanted to join his clan. I was like, no, I'm all good. I don't like the commitment of having to join a group, and of course you can't get mad at that because that's a genuine response, and I tell that to everyone. He proceeds to ask me if I wanted to play a ranked game with him, and of course I did. You know, I love playing ranked games, love playing Counter-Strike, I'm all for it. So I joined his lobby and he asked me if I had any voice chat programs, you know, like TeamSpeak, Ventrilo. And so I mentioned, yeah, I've got TeamSpeak, and he's like, oh, well, get Raid Call, because it's better, and he gave me a link to it. So I took a look at this link, you know, that nothing was strange with it, you know. The website looked fantastic. It looked like a legitimate website. It worked like a legitimate website, you know. It, in the URL bar up the top, it didn't have anything unusual. It wasn't one of those free domain ones. It was an actual domain. It didn't have Raid Call spelt different, although it wasn't raidcall.com, okay? It wasn't that. It was something else similar, but not raidcall.com, which is the official one, just to let anyone know who actually wants Raid Call. So, you know, I checked it all out and I thought to myself, well, no, I don't want another program to chat to people with. I already got one or two, and why would I want to download something which I'm only going to download once and probably use once and never touch it again? So, you know, I just left it, and that was it. A few months later, I was checking around the forums and noticed someone mentioned about downloading a similar program, and you know, when they downloaded it, it took over their account and then suddenly clicked for me. The website I was on, if I had downloaded that program, would have been a keylogger. So once I downloaded it, it would have recorded each one of my keystrokes. You know, it potentially could be a lot worse, but I'm just going to be how could I explain it? It could be absolutely horrible if I download it, you know, it could ruin my PC, yeah, but from my understanding it probably would have just been a keylogger, and it would have recorded my keystrokes, so when I logged into Counter-Strike or Facebook or not Counter-Strike, Steam I mean, you know, or anything like that, it would record the keystrokes and send it back to, you know, the person who made the program. So I was really lucky in that, because, you know, I almost downloaded it myself. It looked that legitimate. Now, what I recommend you do, if anyone sends you a link to something to download, you just go to Google and you search whatever they're telling you to download, because, you know, if you search it, it's going to come up with the official page, you know, in like the top 3 spaces, excluding ads, because ads are always up the top. You need to ignore those if you're searching a program to download, because they're usually viruses too. Not always, just sometimes, alright? But anyway, back onto the subject. So yeah, that's what you do. You go to Google, you search it, and you find it there, you know? And then if you see that it's different, you might want to question if this person really actually wants to be your friend, or if they're trying to steal your account. So, that's really it. Just keep an eye out, because I almost fell for this one, and you know, I'm pretty pretty aware of these things, and you know, I've heard of this before, but this website looked that legitimate. I didn't cast a doubt in its legitimacy when I looked at it, and I was just lucky. The best thing you can do is add Steam Guard to your account, and I'm sure I can make a tutorial on how to do that another day. If you want to know, if you want to do it, basically just open your Steam account, go to settings, and then it should pop up right there in the general settings. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. I'll try and get a few more of these out soon. Who knows what we're going to cover next? I don't know myself. I just thought I'd get this story out, and you know, thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment on any scams you want me to cover, or any scams that could have almost got you but you know didn't, or maybe did. And I'll see you guys next video.